Have you ever wondered to yourself, I wonder what it takes to become a criminal investigator, a forensic expert, or a police officer? Well, it all starts with these courses, so make sure you keep watching.
Yeah, you always make me feel like home, yeah.
Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jazmine Tanaya. If you are new here, hello, welcome to the channel. I hope you subscribe and stick around. This channel is full of college content and lifestyle content, so if you are interested in that type of content, you want to go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. You can stay notified and updated on whenever I post new videos to the channel. And if you are not new here, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be giving you a breakdown of the college courses that you will be taking to obtain an associate's degree in criminal justice. So if you are thinking about going to school or going back to school to get an associate's in criminal justice, this is your sign. This video right here is your sign, so make sure you keep watching so you kind of have an idea of what to look forward to. These courses are for more so entry level into a criminal justice space or career. You may be required to take more courses depending on the path that you are looking to take when it comes to stepping into a job in criminal justice. So just check with your college in your state to see what courses may be required in order to get into the job market that you are looking to. These are more so just general classes that will help you launch into your career in criminal justice. So for starters, I do have my phone because I took some notes on my phone. If you are not new here, you know that I am a notes girly. I keep notes with me so that way I won't forget anything when I'm making these videos, and I won't have to like come back and do a voiceover and all that good stuff. So I make notes, so I have all my notes here. But yeah, if you see me just glancing down, I'm just looking at my phone, that's it. So the typical credit hours for an associate's degree in criminal justice is anywhere between 60 to 65 hours. That's equivalent to 2 full school years so that you can obtain your degree. I recommend going full-time if your schedule allows it. It allows you to get done a lot faster. A lot of these courses you can take online. It's very convenient, and I think it's very rewarding and worth it whenever you get your degree, because right now the job market for criminal justice is like, it's wide open. Like criminal justice, I think it's going to be in the future something that everyone should get into, because there are so many opportunities and so many jobs that you can go into with a degree in criminal justice. So I do want to start off with the general college courses that you'll be taking. I think a lot of videos, they don't explain the general courses that you take before you get into like the meat and potatoes on what you need to obtain your degree. So I just want to give more of a outline and an overview of those general courses. Some of these courses you may have taken in high school, and you can transfer that over to college depending on your transcript. So some of these classes you may not even have to take, but I want to just give an idea of what those general courses may look like for someone who probably hasn't taken these courses in high school. So feel free to skip this portion of the video if you want to. I'll put a timestamp somewhere in the description, and you can just skip over this part if you want to just get into like the meat and potatoes of the courses. So for the general courses, you will be taking some English courses. You can take English courses like English composition. I know in college they have English comp 1 and 2. So you can take either or it may require you to take both English comp 1 and 2. There is public speaking and also communication. I opted to take public speaking because the course load was a little less than communication. Communication was just, it had a lot going on, so I was like, let me just opt into public speaking. I took public speaking 1 and 2, but I took 2 last semester. Okay, hold on. So for anybody that's new here, I have an associate's already in criminal justice. I'm going for my batch. So yeah, I took public speaking 1 when I was obtaining my associates, and then I took public speaking 2 for my batch. I'm taking it as like an extra credit course to kind of, you know, just help my GPA and stuff. Those are like the English classes you could take. You could take the, like I said, the English comp 1 and 2, public speaking or communication. Those are mainly like the 3 classes that I've seen that you are required to take, or general classes that I've seen that you are required to take in order to obtain your degree before you can jump start into the criminal justice classes. Now with certain fields, there are some mathematic courses that you may be required to take. I didn't take any, I don't have to take any, but you can take like college level math, like college level algebra, and then just general college level math. Algebra I know is more like, I guess, intense. I don't know, I'm not a math girly. I've never was a math girly, and if this degree required math, I would be looking into something else because I don't do well with math. I know how to count the money, I know I can count me some money. I can count me some money, but if it got anything else to do with anything else, no. Take the math. I'm not even going to speak too much on that because I don't know what type of math you got to take, because that's not in my area. Now this course, it does involve a lot of social studies, so if you're not like a social studies person, you may not want to get into this field and take these courses for this degree because it requires a lot of social studies. When I say a lot, a lot. So for the social studies, you can take intro to psychology, you can take intro to psychology, general psychology, intro to sociology, I believe. Yeah, intro to sociology and sociology. I'm sure there's more. I took psychology. That class was so hard. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. That class was like top 5 worst class I ever took in. Like, it's so much that goes into it. Like, you're learning about the human brain and how the human brain is structured and how it functions and how people think. And I get why you have to take that class, because when you're solving crimes and stuff, you gotta know like how the human brain thinks, so that way you can solve the crime better, or have more information to solve the crime. So yeah, that class, let me give y'all forewarning, you are going to want to drop that class, but don't. Stick it through and just take it. That class has been one of the hardest classes that I ever taken in my life, and yeah, do not recommend. Yeah, those are some of the social studies classes that you could take to get some credits to go towards your degree. Then you also have like other classes like science classes like biology, things like that, and you have different electives. You can take electives like criminal justice related electives. So those are just like some of the basics that you are required to take in order to move into, I guess, like the program, the criminal justice degree program, to start working your way to your degree. So now into the more core criminal justice courses. This is the meat and potatoes. This is what's going to launch you into getting your associate's degree in criminal justice. This is going to be all the things that you need to make up your degree, these classes. So these are very important. You need to take all of these classes. Now again, these classes, they may vary by state. Just check with your advisor to see what is needed to obtain enough credits to get that degree. So first up, you have Introduction to Criminal Justice. I feel like this class speaks for itself. It gives you just a general overview of criminal justice. It's going to give you an overview of the criminal justice system, law enforcement, courts, and correction. So it's basically everything you need to know about the criminal justice system and how it works and how it operates and all that good stuff. Definitely recommend taking Intro to Criminal Justice on your first semester, because it kind of sets you up for the other classes that you'll take later down the line. Intro to Criminal Justice was probably one of my favorite classes to take because it's just so much information, and it kind of gives you an understanding on how the court system works from like way back when, like even before I was born, the laws that was set into place for like the court system and, you know, just everything. So I definitely recommend taking this your first semester, like right into college, because this class will tell you whether or not you want to pursue a degree in criminal justice. This is going to let you know like this is for me or is not for me. So definitely take that class first and just kind of get a feel of what you will be getting yourself into. So the next class that you will be taking is criminal law. So criminal law is basically the study of crimes in the judicial, I can never say that word, judicial process. So the judicial process is the court system procedure for resolving disputes. It focuses on procedural matters like scheduling, filing, appeals, and hearing motions. The process does include all the steps that happen in court, from filing a lawsuit to the final judgment. So yeah, that's basically what you'll be learning in that class. So it gives you more of an idea of how things work in the court system per se. Definitely need that, because we all know that with the criminal justice system, courts are going to be involved. So definitely need that course. So the next class that you will be required to take is criminology. Criminology is an examination of criminal behaviors and the factors contributing to crime. This was another one of my favorite classes, just because it gives you like an idea of what led up to that crime and what caused that crime. It's like putting the pieces together so that you can figure out what happened, so ultimately you can solve the crime. This was one of my favorite classes. It was very hands-on. It had a lot of labs, and I really liked it. So yeah, this is a class that I will also recommend taking your first semester. You can take this hand in hand with Intro to Criminal Justice, because you can kind of just knock them both out, and they kind of like complement each other per se. They go hand in hand. So yeah, that was another one of my favorite classes, criminology. So another class that you may be required to take is police operations. Now, police operations, it does depend on what type of career field you are looking to go into after you obtain your degree. So you may not be required to take this. This is more so for people that are looking to go into policing afterwards. But it is still one of the courses that may be required, so I wanted to touch on it just a little bit. So police operation is the role of law enforcement in communities, policing strategies and procedures. So it's kind of self-explanatory, just basically giving you an idea of policing in communities and the role of a police officer basically. So another class that you definitely will take is corrections. Corrections was another class that I didn't really care for. It was more so learning about the study of the prison system. I'm not going into a field that required me to be in a prison system, like a correction officer or a warden or anything like that. So I didn't really care for this class, but it is required to take. Also, rehabilitation, probation, and parole. So again, if you're looking to go into a field, you know, within the prison system, or kind of like mentor, I don't want to say mentoring, kind of like counseling. That's probably a better word to use versus mentoring, because mentoring is for like younger people. I guess you could use the word mentoring, but I'm gonna just say counseling. Inmates after prison probably will be more interested in this class if that's something that you want to do, like you want to work in that prison system or help rehabilitate inmates after they leave prison. So yeah. So another class that you will be required to take is ethics in criminal justice. So ethics in criminal justice is examination of moral and ethical challenges faced by criminal justice professionals. So this kind of sticky because you just you're learning about ethics or ethical behavior within the criminal justice system. So like you can have an unethical judge or unethical lawyer, somebody that is just not really doing what they're supposed to do. So this is basically what you're learning about, just dirty cops, dirty lawyers, dirty judges, and how to like handle it. Basically like examining behaviors of people that could be like dirty cops. I did take this class. It was interesting. It was very interesting. But again, I'm not gonna say I didn't really get much out of the class, because I definitely got a lot, but it was just like, it was another one of those classes where it was like, okay, I gotta take this for a credit. So yeah, but interesting to say the least, to learn about the things that happens within the criminal justice system by professionals. So it's definitely intriguing. So another class you will be taking, which is another one of my favorite classes, is juvenile justice. So juvenile justice focuses on the juvenile justice system, youth crime, and rehabilitation. So this is another self-explanatory class. You're basically learning about crime within the youth, or crime done by the youth, and how they're rehabilitated after prison, or juvie, I guess it's called. It was a really good class because you really learn a lot about the youth, how their surroundings and upbringing promotes crime in their life, and the path that they would go down, about how their surroundings and the type of environment that they grew up in caused them to self-destruct basically and commit crimes and go to prison. And environment leads them to prison. So it's really interesting to learn about how your upbringing and your surroundings really shape and mold the type of person that you would be in life. So this was a really interesting class, and it's an eye-opener, especially for people that have children already. It kind of can give you some insight on how to help your child or children avoid the prison system. So yeah, so this was a really interesting class, and I really enjoyed my time taking this class. And another core class that you will take would be victimology. So victimology is the study of victims, their rights, and their role in the criminal justice system. This class is going to give you knowledge on how to study victims, true victims, again, their rights, and how they play a role in the criminal justice system. I want to help you learn the psychology effect on victims, also the relationships between the victims and the suspects, and also the interactions between the victims and the criminal justice system. I did take this class because of the path that I'm going into in the criminal justice field. I did enjoy it. It was a little tough, to say the least, because of the things that you learn and the things that you see. But yeah, this is another class, another core class that you may be required to take. Those are some of the required courses that you'll need to take in order to obtain an associate's degree in criminal justice. There are others, like you have electives that you can take as well, so you can explore areas of your interest. You can take classes like cybercrime, forensic science, homeland security, crime scene investigation, which, yeah, I love that class. That part was my favorite class, crime scene investigation. It was just so hands-on, and it just made me feel like I was out there solving crimes. That was one of my favorite, no, that probably, I'm not gonna say one, that was my favorite class that I took when I was pursuing my associates. That was my favorite class, and I'm so mad that I didn't take it first semester. I actually held it off and took it last semester, like right before I graduated. But that was my favorite class. There are also other optional courses you can take, like internship programs which lead to opportunities to work hands-on in like the real world. I've taken a course where I actually went on a ride-along. I went on a ride-along with a police officer, and I kind of just went about his day with him. It wasn't long. I think it was like 2 hours where I went with him, and we just rode around in his car, and basically I just seen what he did on the day-to-day. Thank God we didn't have to go on a high-speed chase, because I probably would have screamed, and he probably would have kicked me out the car. Like, girl, get out. We did pull somebody over. We did a traffic stop. But so when you do these ride-alongs, you're not getting out with the police officer. You're staying in the car. You're sitting in the front seat with him. Let's start there. You're sitting in the front seat. You're staying in the car. You don't ever get out if he does a traffic stop or anything. If he has to chase somebody, you stay in the car. You don't get out. He didn't take anybody to jail, thank God, because I don't know how that would have looked. I don't know if they would have had to take the criminal in another car, or if I would have had to get out so they could escort him to the jail. I don't know, but he didn't take anybody to jail, thank God. He did do a traffic stop, and then we went and got lunch and then basically the 2 hours was over. But it was so fun. Definitely recommend if you are looking to become a police officer. You don't have to be in school to do that ride along. You can actually do that on your own time. You just Google it. It's free. You just have to look in your area. I don't know if all states offer that, but you could just like Google it and look in your area and see if that's something that they offer. But it was so fun, and I would do it again. But yeah, I hope this video helped someone, and if you guys want a part 2, make sure you comment below and I'll make a part 2, because this is only a handful of classes that you will be taking. There are more. Of course, I can't really tell you exactly what you'll be taking depending on you're going with your degree. But this is just kind of to give you an idea. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it, and as always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll be catching you guys at my next one. Ciao.